Hi, and welcome back to our website. We're glad you're here to help us gather signatures for the petition. We're hoping this video will be able to provide you with some information on how to get out there and get the signatures gathered most quickly. Most important thing when you get on and you click on the petition site, there's going to be some different areas that you'll need to be paying attention to. One of them is Petition Instructions, and it is very important, although I know that it probably seems cumbersome to you, but it is very important that you read through all the steps. We need to make every signature count. Don't have a whole lot of time to get this, to get the signatures in. So please read through them and make sure that you're following the steps that are necessary for that.
You know, it's really important how you gather the signatures. One thing that you can do is go out yourself and get 10 signatures on your petition. Then take it to one of your friends or someone in your family and have them gather 10 signatures. And there's lots of great places that you can gather signatures. You can go to your church, you can go to sports activities, you can go to book clubs, you can go to the grocery store, you can go to some of your other organizations that you have that you belong to in the community. There might be some major events taking place in the community that you can go and just walk through the crowds there and get signatures from them. So I think everybody can pretty well come up with some good ideas on where they can go and gather signatures.
When you're on the site downloading, there's two important things that you're going to need. Obviously, you're going to need the petition to go out and get the signatures. You also will need an affidavit. If you have one signature on a petition, you still have to have an affidavit signed and notarized to go in with that one signature on that one sheet of paper. You can use that same affidavit for up to 25 petition sheets. So if you were overly ambitious, and we hope you are, and you are out there and you've gathered the 25 sheets of signatures, you can sign one affidavit, have it notarized, and send them all in together. If you start sheet number 26, if you start sheet number 26 and you have one signature on it, you'll have to have another affidavit. So one affidavit for 1 through 25, two affidavits for 26 through 50, and so on and so on.
Well, one thing that's really important to remember is if you are given the information or the instructions to your friends or your family, make sure you have all the parts of the instruction. When you go on the website and click on to petition, it'll give you a whole list of things that you need to do in order to download and to run off to give to your friends. Remember, every signature counts.
When you're talking with people, when they look at the petition sheet, it might be kind of confusing to them, or a lot of people are in a hurry when you're out trying to do it. So we need to make sure that we're helping them to make sure they understand the form, that there's a spot for a signature, there's a spot for a name, for an address or a phone number, and then there's a spot where they are to print their name. That when they print their name, it has to be last name first, and then first name, and then middle initial. And it's very, very important that that be legible. This is what the election officials use. They'll take that, they'll look at the printed name, they'll look at the last name, they'll pull it up on file, and then they will compare the signatures that are on file. So it is extremely important that we get the form filled out correctly and that it is legible.
One of the things that's really important is that you be familiar with the wording on the initiative, the for and the against statements. It's really important that you have an understanding of that before you sign the petition. All
this has to be done, like we said, in a really short period of time. We have until 4:45 on Friday, June 18th, to have all the petition sheets with the signatures, an affidavit for every 25 of those sheets that's notarized to the election official office in order for these to be counted. So we do have a short period of time, and June 18th is our due date that we've got to be in there by 4:45. I know there's probably lots of different places that you can find a notary. Banks would be one, maybe hospitals.
I think that's where we were told. Those were great places to find to get notarized.
You probably know some in your community. You can maybe even have your wife be looking for them while your husband's out collecting all the signatures.
Another really important thing is to be familiar with the arguments for and against medical marijuana. If you have a question, or someone that comes up to you to sign the petition has a question and you can't answer it, just refer them back to our website. We have a lot of great information there that will help familiarize them with what's going on in regard to this issue.
The people who are signing the petition must be a registered voter in the state of Montana. The people who are out collecting the signatures must be a resident in the state of Montana. And nobody is to be paid to collect signatures. It come in handy when you're out collecting signatures is if you had a clipboard, maybe some extra paper clips with you. If you had 25 signature sheets already attached to an affidavit, then you remember that you needed to have a second affidavit when you made it through there. Also, if you could carry a blue pen and a black pen, and when you're gathering the signatures, if at least one of the signatures on each petition sheet, maybe like the first one, could be in blue ink. That way there's never any confusion of whether or not it's copied or an original.
Well, and if somebody's interested in signing the petition, we need to tell them that we're working on passing this initiative that would allow the people of Montana the opportunity to vote for or against the initiative. And that would be in November of 2010 when we put it on the ballot. We need well over 25,000 registered signatures in order to pass this initiative.
So maybe what's something that you could do, you were talking about all those great places people could go to gather signatures, like the baseball fields. I think there's big tournaments going on right now. If you and a friend went out, you could each have a clipboard, and that way nobody would miss an opportunity to be able to sign that petition if you had a couple friends with you out there doing it.
Yeah, and it'd be helpful if you had 2 or 3 of you out there getting signatures, especially if you have a huge event. Then you can kind of spread out and talk to different people. Besides that, people really want to know what's going on in our state and making sure that we are protecting our families and our communities.
Do you have anything else to add in there?
Well, yeah. If you want to know what's going on in regard to the initiative or what the legislators are working on, you can go to our website and find out what's going on in the future.
And for all of you, we thank you for visiting the website and learning more about what's going on in Montana with the medical marijuana law. And those of you who are on here seeking the petition and getting ready to go out and gather the signatures, a great big thank you to you and for taking the time to help support the state of Montana.
And one of the things that we really appreciate is all the people out there that have been so helpful. And we just want to thank everybody out there and hope as we go out and take these petitions around that people will really have an understanding of what our mission here is, and the mission is to protect our communities and our families.
So again, we thank you, and please remember June 18th, 4:45, that's the last time that we'll be able to get into our elected officials to get these counted. Every signature counts.
Just a quick reminder, first, get the petition signed. Second, get the affidavit signed. You sign that and then have it notarized. Then take it down to the county courthouse on Friday, the 18th by 4:45 p.m. And if you have a question in regards to where those locations are, they will be included on our website. Thank you.